Emma. How are you? Quick jump on today. Really quick jump on today. I'm just waiting for them to get here. Hey, Miss P. Hey, Latasha. What y'all gonna be getting into this Friday, this weekend, the start of the weekend? What y'all getting into? Trouble, possibly trouble, right? Possibly trouble. All right, y'all. You know I'm your life coach here. You know I'm your clan mother, your medicine woman, your spiritual advisor, your psychic. Okay, and what else? What else am I? Artist, conjurer, all of that stuff. And the message today is that you got to do everything that you got to do. Do everything that you possibly can do to get what it is you want. And the operative word here is can. Do what you can do. Always do what you can do. A lot of us waste a lot of energy wishing that we could do things that we cannot do. What I'm talking about is to simply focus on what you can do, and you're going to make milestones. You're going to make progress. You're going to get out of your slump. You're going to get out of that depressive state that you're constantly in, because a lot of y'all are depressed, right? If you don't leave any cards on the table and go all in, I mean, put the skin in the game, knuckle dragging, all that good stuff, you're going to see progress. You're going to see progress. I think a lot of times what holds us back is honestly we're too preoccupied with failure. We're too preoccupied thinking about what we failed at, what we aren't good at, as opposed to exploiting our gifts, exploiting whatever it is about us that's maybe a little bit more exceptional than everybody else. We spend too much time and we're preoccupied with mimicking and duplicating other people when we really can't do that. And instead, what we should be doing is mastering all the things that come natural to us. Things that come natural to you and mastery of the things that come natural to you are two different things. And the problem with us is that things that come natural to us, we disregard. We say, "Oh, that's just what I do. It's no big deal," and we never reach a mastery stage or a mastery phase with it because we sweep it under the rug. We say, "Oh, it's not important," when that very thing could be the thing that makes you a millionaire, that gives you everything that you really want in your life. So we really got to put all this into perspective here. That's what we have to do. I would love to have this impact on you. Have on me with the ugly girls. Oh, we can impact each other. Mr. Right, I got $2 from you. I must be improving. That's $1 more than you gave me before. That's $1 more. I feel good today. You made me feel good today. See? You can have an impact, Emmy. You can have an impact in this world. You got to bleed a little bit for that though. You got to get uncomfortable for that though. And that's something it took me a long time to realize that too, because I was avoiding pain. I said to myself, I've been ostracized, criticized, berated, made to feel less than all my life. I don't want to do anything I'm not interested in doing anything that's going to cause me more pain, that's going to make me have more self-doubt, that's going to inconvenience me in any way. My whole life is an inconvenience. The way I look is an inconvenience. Are you kidding me? I don't want to do anything that's going to be hard. No, it has to feel good. I'm not doing anything unless it feels good. And that was my philosophy at one time. But that's not a winner's mindset. I had to come to the harsh reality that even for the success that I want, even for the impact that I want, even for the things that I want, I still have to go through difficulty. I still have to go through the pain of the learning curve, the pain of being misunderstood, the pain of the trial and error, the pain of people disappointing me. I still had to go through that in order to get the things that I want, such as life. But that's the message a lot of us have been indoctrinated with. As long as it feels good, then do it. But that's not the path of a successful person. That's not the path that successful people take. Successful people go through a lot of error. They go through a lot of setbacks. The only difference between us and them is that they don't stop. That's the only difference. The only difference between us and really, I'm talking about people that are millionaires out here, is that they decided not to stop. They decided that their goal was more important than the inconvenience. And that's a conclusion we all going to have to come to. So, Emmy, you can make an impact. You most certainly can. So can you, Miss P. So can you, Latasha. So can all of us in our own way. What is it that you want to do? What is it that you want to do? When you're alone and you're thinking about your life and what you want it to mean, how you want to affect people, like what does that look like? You know? What does that look like? I coached a girl yesterday who's basically misunderstood. Another misunderstood soul. Her interests are not shared by anybody around her. And she had a hard childhood. You know, her and her mother just, they didn't have love uh, orbiting around each other. There was a lot of friction, tension, actual physical fighting, and that sort of thing. So, you know, she's coming into womanhood now questioning her worth, as we all do, right? Questioning her worth and her value, feeling like nothing that she does is good enough. And all of that stemming from your early experiences with people that were supposed to protect you and love you. When they said you weren't good enough, when they called you ugly, when they said you were stupid, when they said you were oddly shaped, you have a big forehead or whatever it is, that's your template. That becomes your template. Because that's a strong, anybody that you love that tells you something about yourself, you believe them. Anybody that you depend on that tells you something about yourself, whether it be good or bad, you believe them. That's our problem. We've been told in our past things, adverse things about ourselves by people that we loved and respected. And our goal now as adults is to dismantle that spell, because that's exactly what it becomes, a spell. You know it's not true, but you can't even stop believing it. That's a spell. Every woman that I talk to that feels adversely about herself knows that she shouldn't feel that way, but she can't stop feeling that way. It's a spell. And we have to understand this. And the only way, and you can't get rid of your past. You know, as much as we try, you know, your past is your past. You can't pick another mother. Your mother is who she is, and everything you've experienced up until this point is real. It's always going to be real in your life. But the only thing you can do, and the only thing I always say is that with the spells that have been cast, you have to cast a bigger one. That's the only power you have, is to cast a bigger spell. Bigger than the one that's been put on you since your childhood. And that takes work. That's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. That's not a clap on, clap off kind of thing. That's every day, all day, every waking moment before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, when you're eating, when you're having sex, you know, when you're encouraging somebody else, when you're sitting quietly and meditating, when you're at the park, when you're at the beach, when you're at church, when you're at the library. That's everywhere, because everywhere around you is trying to tell you that you're not good enough, that you don't measure up. I had a guy come to my channel yesterday and left a comment on one of my other videos about women women who are over 30 are should not expect top dollar, I think is what he said, or pretty much what he's saying, that women over 30 should not expect what they want. They should just take what they get. Is what he said, because women over 30 already have children, their bodies are already falling apart. So the expectation that a man is gonna sacrifice for you at that stage of your life is a delusion, right? And of course, I respond to him like I've always said, and like I tell you ladies to respond when these men tell you this thing, is that, well, you can believe whatever you want. You're entitled to that. If you feel that I'm not worth sacrificing for, it's not even my job to change your mind on that. That's your set point. That's how you come. That's how you view me. That's fine. But this is what I require. So now we're at a crossroads here. Now we're at an impasse here. Now we can't go any further than this, because I want what you think I don't deserve. What are we going to do about this? What he wants you to do about it is concede to his will. It's a game of will. Whose will is stronger than whose? I'm saying what I believe is true is what he's saying. He believes what he believes is true. And he wants you to believe what he believes is true too. Why? So that he can get you for the lower price. So that he can have access to you for little or nothing. The little or nothing that he thinks you're worth. But my thing is, if you think the girl is not worth your best effort, why even bother with her? But they're not doing that. Why even bother with her if you feel she's not up to snuff? If you feel she's not the best that you can do, why even make her an offer? But they never discuss that. They never talk about that. They're always quick to say, "Oh, you're delusional. You ladies, these ladies hit a wall, and you're giving them false hope, and you're telling them this and that and the other." No, that's not the issue here. The issue is you are not good at convincing me that I should take what you have to offer. Frustrated about that, and you want me to solve your problem by saying, "Okay, just give me the 50 cents that you're offering." It's not my job to do. If you're frustrated, you need to go find someone that's worth what it is that you have. This is what I would tell all men. The goal is not to tell women what they should settle for. The goal is for you to find the woman that's worth your salt. And you have a right, every man has a right to do that, as every woman has a right to do that. But this heavy indoctrination of you don't look good enough for what it is you're asking for is what bothers me. Because a lot of women fall into that, you fall for the game, you fall for the trap. He's telling you you don't look good enough for all of this. But I'll still screw you I'll offer you 50 cents for what you got. He's not walking away from you though. That's the problem. They don't walk away from you. They hang around like flies hovering over shit. They buzz around you like flies on shit until you open up or get weak, you have a weak moment or something like that, and then they pounce on you. They don't just leave you alone. It wouldn't be no problem if they just leave you alone. We won't have no issue with who's worth what and who ain't worth what if you just leave these women that you don't think are worthy alone. But you don't do that. You don't do that. Why? Because men like taking. I mean, that's the thing. That's the issue that we have. So when I talk about do whatever it is you have to do whatever it is you have to do, because that's also going to make you feel worthy about asking or requiring or demanding what it is that you want. If you approach this thing in a lazy way, if you don't honor your own word, what happens with that is it doesn't isolate to just you reneging on your own promises. It kind of spills over, it cascades into other areas of your life. And then when people come into your presence, um, making suggestions on what you should do or what you're worth and all that stuff, you don't have a solid foundation to say, no, I'm worth this. Why? Because you not keeping your word to yourself means that you distrust your own self. And when you distrust yourself, you are easily manipulated by other people. Okay? That's the way this thing works. When you start doubting yourself, it's like an open sore for any piece of shit bacteria to come in there and infect you. That's what this thing is, point blank and simple. So it is imperative that you develop a foundation of trust within yourself. And the only way to do that is when you keep your word to yourself. Discipline isn't even a real thing. You have to weave and incorporate everything you have to do into your life. It has to be a have to do thing. It has to be a have to do thing. And sometimes you got to trick yourself. Like me, I go to the gym pretty much, I would say, 6 days a week. And in order for me, and it's not discipline that gets me there, I have to trick myself. I say, you know what? I'm not going to shower until after I work out. I'm not going to wash my ass or brush my teeth until I get these sit-ups and these squats in. And I take myself to the gym, do whatever it is I have to do so that I can earn my shower, my shit shower and shave. That's what gets me to the gym 6 days a week. You know, the seventh day, of course, I got to do what I got to do. That's my rest day. But what gets me to the gym is I earn my bath. I have to earn my bath. I've incorporated it into my life where it's a must. Like I have to, because otherwise I'm gonna walk around here stink. That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. Thank you, Miss P, for the donation. Appreciate it. So this is what you have. You have to, the things that you have to do. You have to position them in your life as a have to do. It can't be a take it or leave it. If you have to get something done, you got to say to yourself, you know what? I'm not even eating this dinner until I get this done. This has to be done before I eat this surf and turf right here. That's how you got to do this thing. You know, because discipline is not really, I've talked about it a lot, but it's really not a real thing. It's never a real thing until it's a take it or leave it in your life. You looking for discipline and it's like you can always say later. Don't Isn't that what we do? With this so-called discipline, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it tonight. And then tonight goes into tomorrow because you have a choice. You have to design these things in such a way where you don't have a choice. Where you create penalties for yourself if you don't follow through on it. And that's just what it is. Because there's certain results that you want. And you're not going to get them by putting it off. You're not going to get them by putting them off. And that's just what it is. You know? I don't eat lunch at work until I go to the gym. There you go. There you go. It's that sort of thing. And you can do this in relationships too. You know? The same thing for relationships. If you are talking to somebody and it's a new situation, you got to tell yourself, listen, I know I'm hot in the crotch right now. I know things are shivering, quivering, and I'm trying to get this nut. I really want this nut. But the bottom line for me is I'm looking for a relationship, not a nut. So I'm going to hold on to this. I'm going to get to know this guy because my goal is, let's say, to get a husband as opposed to getting a nut. So your pain, the pain that you're going to go through is withholding your pleasure, withholding the bedroom romp until you see what you can see, going on with this guy. You don't reward yourself with an orgasm until you tried improving the dude. And that's just how it is. Until you try him and find him worthy. You're worth that. You're worth the extra scrutiny, right? Although they try to say, it's no point. That's another thing they tell older women. What are you holding out for? You holding out for what? Like, you need to come get this nut because this is all I got for you. What you holding out for? You already 55, 45, 55, 35, whatever. What's the holdout game for? You're not 20. This is what they'll tell you. Again, to make you feel like you're not worth anything. To make you feel that having standards at this stage in your life is irrelevant. How could that be when everything he's asking you to do, you're risking your life to do it? Because having sex, you risk your life when you have sex. Do I have to go there? Do I have to go there? You risk your life every time you lay down with a man. Every time. So I'm like, how does he get to decide what risk I should take and what I shouldn't? Why are you letting men decide that for you? When the consequences of your actions are only what you're going to feel. Nobody can decide that for you when the consequences of your actions are what you will exclusively feel. They don't get to do that. But we give them the authority. Listen, authority is earned. It's not benefit of a doubt kind of thing. Authority, men being in authority, they have to earn that position. And you earn that through action. You earn that through consistency. You earn that through actually showing that you care and making the woman's life better. That's how you earn authority. And even still, a woman, you still got, listen, you still got to be about your well-being. Even if it's good. Even if it's good. You don't want to lose your identity out here because then there's that side of the coin too. Things are good, but you don't feel fulfilled personally because it's like, well, what is my life about? Just pleasing him? There's women that go through that too. So these things can happen. These things can happen. You gotta be careful. You have to be careful. My message is right on time. Scorpio. I'm glad that it is. I'm glad that it is. This is serious now. This is serious. Every turn you make, someone's telling you or selling you on lowballing you. Right? Every turn you make, every man that you meet is going to try to sell you the lowest ball. Why? Because he wants to hold on to as much of his value as he possibly can. And what is his value? His money, his resources, right? He don't want to give it all up, especially if he doesn't think you're worth it. He definitely doesn't want to give it all up. He wants to hold on to as much of his worth as he possibly can. But you see, that's not even a problem. The problem comes in when he expects you to give your all on a promise, on a maybe, on a we'll see, or on a down the line, on a we'll table that till later, under it's possible, under it's probable, but never nothing concrete. You're supposed to act like a wife and hope for the best. That's what most of these men want you to do. That's what they want you to do. What part of the game is that? So I'm supposed to act as if, and you ain't supposed to act as if. If you're requiring me to act as if, I'm requiring you to act as if too. I can't be the only one acting as if. I can't be the only one demonstrating hope here. You giving up your money to me is you demonstrating hope. The same hope you want me to have when I open my legs for you. So we both have to demonstrate faith in the unseen. Both of us. But women are required to do that. Women are required to do that. I'm not seeing comments here. I don't know if you guys are commenting. Oh, let me see. What about when you're already in a relationship and you want to turn things around and hold off when you're already had sex before? Well, that's a rough one. It's not good to start off giving it up and then midway you say, you know what, hold up, I'm on I want to wait till I get married kind of thing after you already gave it up. I mean, I don't know what your circumstances are for holding out. It really would depend on what's the reason why you're trying to do that now. Did he step out on you? Because that would be a reason to hold out. If he cheated on you, that's a real nice reason to close your legs, especially until the medical reports come back, because you don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. So if you had to hold out because some infidelity thing, then I say, well, yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that and reevaluate, because your relationship now is something else. It's turned the tide and it has to reestablish itself. So I don't know. It just depends on why you're on a holdout now. If you're on a holdout because you don't want to be bothered and that you just don't want to have sex right now, then your relationship, then what you're saying is you really want the relationship to be over with. That's really what you're saying. So it wouldn't be fair to you to hang on to somebody you don't want. If that's the case. When I say I'm a virgin, people side eye me. Society doesn't have women's back, and like men gotta think twice before doing what society pushes you to do. Listen, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Any woman who's a virgin, that's not something you put on a t-shirt and let everybody know. You only make yourself a target. It's the same as women who are celibate, who say they're celibate. I don't get that. If you're celibate, I think that's something as personal to you as your religion or something like that. Like that's not something you announce. That's something private for you. That's something you divulge that information with somebody that you feel possibly the relationship may get serious, or there's a potential for it to be serious. Then you can say, well, you know what, before we take the next step, I gotta let you know what's going on with me. I am a virgin, or I am celibate. But that's not something you just talk about over dinner, on a casual date or something. Nobody needs to know you're a virgin, and nobody needs to know you're celibate. Those two things you need to hold under your chest. You need to hold it under your chest, because it just marks you. And let me tell you something. You don't really win too many points for that. Some of y'all think y'all gonna win points for that. You think it makes you special in the guy's eyes, and I'm here to tell you that it doesn't. Unless he's a sultan somewhere, some sort of king somewhere, looking for an unsullied woman. It's not really as much as you think it is. That's something that's what you do. Yes, Miss P, keep it under your hat. Keep it under your hat. You say you don't date NC? I mean, close friends, of course. And can y'all tell NC what I tell y'all about friends? Anyone would like to share with NC my philosophy on friendships, so that I don't have to say it? Let me hear. Let me see if y'all paying attention. Let me see if my ugly girls in this coalition are getting the tools and the jewels and applying it. What do I say? I just want to do things the right way. Thank you. Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. Who's that? Siri? Thank you. You don't have any friends, my dear. This is why you're feeling the heat. You don't have any friends. The women that berate you for you being a virgin, it's jealousy. It's the fact that you're in a position where you are a little bit better than they are, and they have an issue with that, and that's why they clown you. That's why women pick friends according to how they feel about themselves. They pick friends according to how you look, how much money you have, if they're intimidated by you or not. Are you gonna be an accomplice? Are you gonna because good friends hold each other's secrets. If I do this, are you gonna be an accomplice for me? So you got to get in the dirt together. You got to get in the dirt together. So since you're not in the dirt with them, they take issue with that. And this is why I say you don't have any friends. You don't have any. I just want to do things the right way. I'm scared to see things turn the wrong way. Well, there's no guarantee that things won't turn the wrong way. So when you're making decisions in life, you base them on odds. I say this all the time. Nothing is an absolute. You base it on odds. What are the odds that this is going to turn out bad for me? You go on a date. The date ends up at your doorstep. The guy wants to get invited in. In your head, if he comes in, something might go down. And you got to ask yourself, well, okay, I can do this. I have the sovereign right to do whatever it is I'm going to do or let him do to me. But what are the odds that he's going to call me tomorrow if I do this tonight? What are the odds that this is going to actually blossom into the relationship, the long-term relationship or the marriage that I'm looking for? What are the odds of the decisions that I make? That's what you quantify. That's the only thing you can quantify. And we know if it's 50-50, if it's 70-30, then you got a decision to make. To me, I'm not moving ahead on too many things that only give me a 50% chance, especially when it has to do with men. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Anything having to do with men, it's got to be more than 50% odds on that. Because the failure rate is so high. The chance of you being hurt is so high. So very high. It has to be more than 50%. Any move I make with a man, it's got to be more than 50% chance that I'm going to get what I want. It's got to be. So that's it. They will think you're dumb and take advantage of you because of your lack of experience. Yeah, that's right. With men, if you are an old virgin, you said if you Scorpio said if you're not just a virgin now, if you're an old virgin, then you real dumb. This is why you need coalitions. This is why you need women around you who have been through things, who will be honest with you about them. This is why you should confer with other women before making decisions on men. But the problem with us is that we are so much, we are habitual professional liars as women, that the counsel that we're looking for, we can't find it with nobody because every woman's busy posting up like, I'm living my best life and I never made a mistake and everything was a learning experience and just take a chance. With the average woman that you meet who does have more experience than you, she'll tell you take a chance and do it because she wants you in Sorrowville with her. That's the problem. She doesn't want you spared from the pain that she's been through. She more than likely will initiate you in it. She will encourage you to do that as your initiation into bitterness, sorrowness, hurt, pain, all that kind of stuff. This is what most women do. This is what most women do. If it was somehow a situation where we could have healthy relationships with each other, it would be very rare that a woman gets hurt because she has too much backup. She has too much wisdom around her. Just she can get an answer to whatever she needs because she has women around her that she can trust. This is unfortunate, but this is why I coach women. This is why I do what I do, because I understand the need for a mother archetype. A lot of you need a mother archetype. A lot of you need a big sister. A lot of you need someone who's impartial, someone who can really see things for you because you're blinded by emotions, someone who can see things impartially and tell you, listen, go left, turn right, jump over, go under, run, you know? It's much needed because even mothers do that to their own daughters. Oh, go ahead and do that, Go and give it a shot. Go and give it a try. And she knows you're going to get hurt too. So there's that. There is that. I think a woman who is a virgin should not make these decisions on her own. I think she should be able to confide in or talk to somebody about what she wants to do, what they think she should do, what they think about him, you know? Anybody you're contemplating having sex with, especially if you're a virgin, he needs to be seen by some people. He needs to sit down with somebody across the table from somebody so he can be read. So he can be read. Yeah. It's that thing. It's that thing. The price is really high. Hi, Queen. You look very pretty. Love the updo. Thanks for the continuous, truthful, powerful content. Thank you, Felicia. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go on, honey. Take a chance. That's right. Take a chance, honey. Take a chance. This is what we're told. Unfortunately, this is what we're told, and it's not to our benefit. You can live vicariously through other people now. You don't have to make the same mistakes every woman makes. You don't have to do that. You can sit at the feet of some people and hear some stories and you go, "Oh, okay, I don't want that lesson right there." Or, "Oh, maybe I'm not going to go that route." Well, you could do that. You could do that. And that's what it is. That's what it is. So listen, you guys, you got to go all in. You got to go all in with all of your abilities, all of your talents, all of your skill sets, all of your intellect. Some of us play dumb to a fault. Sometimes you got to play dumb for other people. You play dumb so that they'll tell you the truth. Hello? Sometimes you got to play dumb so that they will tell you the truth. People will tell you the truth when they're not intimidated by you. How many times do I have to say that? So there's a time and place to do the dumb blonde thing. Absolutely. But don't play dumb for yourself. Don't play dumb at your own detriment. You know? When you finish having conversations with people and you diminish yourself for them so they can spew out what they spew out. When you go home, you shake that shit off. Wipe it off. Wipe it off with a baby wipe. Like you wipe off your makeup, wipe the shit off. Like, okay, let me snap out of it. Let me get back to me and evaluate this thing. The problem with us is we wear hats and then after a while we forget we're wearing a hat. We forget that we're wearing a mask. And we think this is what I am. This is who I am. No, it's not. No, it ain't. Yes, you did, Zan. You missed the live. Via says, damn, I needed to hear this 5 years ago. It's okay, baby girl. It's okay. Because you're still alive today. And there's things that you still want to accomplish. There's things you still want to feel and experience and do. So it's not over. It's not over. It ain't over till what they say the fat lady sings. I don't even know why do they say that? I don't even know what that phrase means really, but that's what they say. That's what they say. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let anybody intimidate you. a lot of what we feel about ourselves is due to intimidation. We feel intimidated by people. And why do we feel intimidated by people? Oh, she's prettier than me. Oh, he has a lot of money. Oh, her position in the company. Oh, her education. Oh, she has long hair. Oh, a lot of men like her. We're intimidated by people and what appears to be, I don't know, good things that they have. We let that intimidate us. Don't be intimidated by people. It's almost like you're insulted that they have what they have. What another person has nothing to do with you. You have to remember that when you're trying to go there and be intimidated and cower down and feel less than around people, I want you to have in your head that what another person has not one other person has, whether it be how they look, how much money they have, status, education, whatever, has nothing to do with you. That's personal to them. When other women are trying to make you feel jealous, I want you to have in your head that, oh no, you want to involve me in what you got. I can't. That's you. That's all you. I don't have anything to do with that. I don't want anything to do with that. That's the mindset. Lord have mercy. That's the mindset that you have to have. Because the jealousy that other women want to make you feel, they want to pull you in. They want to reel you in and pull you in and get you all involved in their shit. And you have to repel that. You have to mind your business, quote unquote. Like literally mind your business. What I do is what I do. What I look like is what I look like. What the money I have is the money that I have. It has nothing to do with you. Right? And the same goes for you. How you look, the money you have, the booty you have, the hair you have, the men who want to screw you and all that stuff, that has nothing to do with me. That's you. That's you. And I'm not going to wrap myself in that. I'm not going to cause myself emotional distress and worry about pushing myself into your life, involving myself in your life. I don't want to involve myself in your life. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know you, boo. I don't want to know you, boo. You want to make me jealous. You want me to know you. I don't want to know you. I don't know you exist. I got so much light here of my own. I don't even know you exist. Listen to me, ugly girl. This is the ugly girl's philosophy. We don't bow down to nobody. We're not looking for approval or validation from anybody. We are not moved by other women and their attempts to make us jealous because we understand what looks can and cannot do, the power that it has and the limitations that it has. And we understand that the moment we sniff out that you're in a position where you want to degrade me, that what it really means is that you're powerless. What it really means is that you're just as insecure as I am. And we're all in the fucking same boat. That's what it means. When you spot a woman trying to bring you down, understand, you flag that immediately. You flag it immediately like, oh, this hoe ain't got it all together. She bullshitting me. You must be bullshitting me. Because that's what she's doing. She's trying to market to you. She's trying to market illusion to you. Like you got balls and a ding-a-ling between your legs. She's trying to market to you like she's marketing to men. And you have to start respecting yourself as the woman that you are and understanding what women do. Understanding and not being impressed by what no other woman does because you are a woman too. You are a woman too and you know what we do. Cut it out. Cut it out. Lord have mercy. Put on your own crown. This is what I tell all y'all to do. Put on your own crown. No one else is going to tell you this online, not offline, not online, not nowhere, because this is my walk. I created this thing out of necessity for the things that I never heard coming up, out of the necessity for hearing the truth, because all that generic, you're beautiful in God's eyes stuff didn't work. It didn't work. I needed something more, just like all of you need something more. You need something more than the makeup tutorials. You need something more than a better girdle, a better bra, a better hairstyle, a softer voice. You need something more than that. You need something more than your mother's love, because some of you got your mother's love and it still didn't help. And newsflash, it doesn't help. Anything that comes from outside of you won't help you. Not even your mother's love. And a lot of you know what I'm talking about here too, but we're told the opposite of that. Why? Because it's an easy sell. I can make a quick $100 telling you, just love yourself. Telling you just wear some heels or something like that and everything will work itself out. I gotta make a quick, and it ain't true. Quick buck, but it ain't true. We gotta do something else. I'm the ugly girl ambassador. Okay? I am the ugly girl ambassador. And that's even for you pretty girls too. You girls who think y'all are 8 or 9 need help too. Just as much as anybody else. You fugazi as shit. I understand it. I understand what we need to do to get on and get along in this world, but you're not going to run that game on me like I don't have a vagina too. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Anything that comes out your mouth, I'm already on, oh, she has a vagina. All right, let's go. She has a vagina. Let's go. Let's see how long it's going to take. That's what it is. That's what it is. So I'm trying to hip y'all to this thing. Y'all girls who can't get a guy, don't have boyfriends, can't get nobody to turn heads for you or nothing like that. It's because you're boring. It's because you suppress yourself. It's because you're afraid. It's because you believe other women and their shit. You believe the marketing schemes of other women. You fall victim to the whole marketing scheme of them and society in general. You believe what society says. You have to be fearless. And not even fearless, you have to do things in spite of your fear. You're afraid. You're afraid and you're below listen, when you're a woman that has looks of a below average woman and you're afraid, why even wake up in the morning? Why even bother? Why even bother? You got to pick your lane. Every one of us are not going to go down the same lane. There's a lane. I have a lane. I'm not the smartest person in the world. I say it all the time. I'm kind of crazy. I'm a little bit off. I admit that. I admit that. I'm not even scared to even state that on record. But it works for me. Me being off the beaten path and doing things a little differently allows me the freedom to see things another way with a fresh perspective, right? It allows me to see below the surface. My craziness allows me to see below the surface of things and people. So I don't see that as a non-asset. I see it as a requirement for me to get to where I want to be as well. You got to own what you got. You got to own the good, bad, and the ugly. You got to own the good, the bad, and the ugly. Mr. C. Oh, Lord, you here? What hovel did you drag your ass out of to come on my live? I thought I was rid of you. You resurface again like the troll that you are. Here we go again. I thought I got rid of you. I was so happy when I didn't see you anymore. Now here we go again. Here we go again. Fourth dimension, for I am eternal. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, welcome back. Welcome back, and you better behave yourself. You better behave yourself. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, it won't be a welcome for long. So, that's what I have for y'all. That's what I have for y'all. Don't be intimidated by these men. Half these men want to get bent over and shoe fucked in the ass. A lot of these men are pretending to be heterosexuals. They're pretending that they like this, and the women has to be so particular, so particular. And what they really like, they scared to like what they really like because they're afraid to get clowned by their friends and all that kind of stuff. That's what most of these men out here are. Don't be intimidated by them. Don't feel like you're not feminine enough and all that kind of stuff. Because when it's behind closed doors, okay, when you get these fools behind closed doors, you wondering, well, where all the macho went? Where all your macho went? What you want me to do? Negro, please. Okay? Please. I wish I would. I wish I would feel inadequate for a fool out here. No, no, I'm the ugly girl ambassador. Lord, I can't wait for the t-shirts to come out so I could just show you the t-shirt. That's what it is. Don't be shook by none of them. None of them. Everyone has a side that they show you and a side that they hide from you. And it's the side that they hide from you is what they really are. All right? Everybody's running game out here. Everybody. So you don't have to walk around here moping, feeling bad for yourself. Feeling bad because you can't be like this one and you can't do what that one does and that one does and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to feel bad about that because you're not as cute. You ain't a 10. Your body built like a bean bag and all that kind of stuff. You don't have to feel bad about that. You don't have to feel bad about none of that. People want you to feel bad. A dude will want you to feel bad about your shape, but he still want to fuck you. Nigga, please. Like, what's the logic in that? Oh, I'm bad built, but you still here? So what are we doing now? What game are we playing now? I'm badly built, but you're on the phone with me. You texting me, you calling me, and all that kind of thing. I'm getting invites for Subway sandwiches and all that stuff. So what we really doing here? What we really doing here? Don't be intimidated by none of them. None of them. Yes, men lie and women lie. It may not be good, but Sally, this is who I am. No shame. I don't want you to be ashamed about nothing. Just know I ain't ashamed about it. Mr. C. I see you on them other channels. I know what you're about. So you ain't really here for support. You here to heckle. But that's okay. That's okay. Take the points back to your minions and all of that and give them something else to do a video on, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, because guess what? I'm going to have a smile on my face anyway. Anyway. What are some types men secretly like? What are some types that men secretly like? I don't know what some types, anything. Men like anything. Men, I'm talking about women who would be considered not the status quo, right? Outwardly. And a lot of these men may have secret fetishes and things like that for certain types of women, but because she wouldn't be symbolic of status according to society, he'll only, freaks come out at night, that kind of thing. He only call you at midnight or something like that. He'll treat you like that booty call, but he can't get enough of you. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of thing. A lot of these guys say, I want this, I want that, and it'd be something totally different. It's something totally different. Just don't be intimidated by nobody telling you what they want while they in your face. That's what I'm saying. Don't be intimidated by no man telling you what he prefer, and when he run down what he prefer, it ain't you, but he's still in your face. It's a game. It's a game. You are very cute. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Full of hot air. Yes. Yes, they are. They have tons of fetishes. A lot of fetishes. A lot of fetishes going on. Listen, I told y'all ladies already, any dude who watch porn is already suspect. And how many dudes into porn? How many of these dudes are into porn? I said any dude that watches another ball slapping back and forth, watching another dude nut and getting aroused and still has an erection while he's watching another dude skeet from the window to the wall, suspects. He may not have done it, but he might have thought about it. Maybe waiting for an opportunity. Maybe he's undercover. It's a series of those things. It could be any number of those things. So, miss me on that. I'm like, and you letting these dudes run scam on you, making you feel like you're inadequate? Put that to bed now. Put that to rest now. Just put it to rest. People like what they like. They're not going to tell you everything they like. They have deep, dark secrets, secret fetishes, and really weird, perverted things that they're just not honest about. They're just not honest about. A lot of these dudes, and I find that the dudes that fuss most about how women should look are the ones who secretly want to get railroaded or ramrodded in their backside. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It is what it is. I'm a guy. Most of the people I talk to say they like a loyal woman that can talk freely about things. People can be different, so don't just assume that every guy likes the same thing. This is what I'm trying. Well, I'm glad you reiterated the point that I was making. A lot of us have the assumptions. These assumptions that there's a cookie cutter template thing out here for what men like, and it's not. They be what? They be they be beating this shit up. You supposed to imagine yourself in the place of the guy. Real men smash fat women here and there. You see where you're going? You're already misbehaving, Mr. C. You're already misbehaving. You're already misbehaving. You have an issue with fat women. You clearly always have something to say about fat women. Like, I'm starting to wonder, like, what is it with you? Why do you hate fat women so much? What has a fat girl done to you? They like they like trannies, kids, pegging. Oh Lord. Oh my God. Animals. Look. Look here. This whole live just went. It just just went dark. It just went dark on me. Ben, can I ask y'all a question? What's the question? Again, there's always someone that's right for you. Hello, I'm here for this topic. What's the topic about? It's about doing all you can do, empath, and being all that you can be. You're gonna have to rewind it, and not being intimidated by anybody, and weaving what it is you have to do into your life and making it not a non-negotiable, because there really isn't any such thing as discipline. You have to put it. You have to position things in a way where you just have no other choice. Discipline isn't really real. You have to make it. I have no other choice in order for it to get done. So that's really what I've talked about. But we get into other stuff too. What do you think of white people with dreads or braids? I don't think anything of them. They can express themselves however they want. I'm not a woman with locks that you're gonna hear ranting about cultural appropriation or anything like that, because black women are so full of shit when it comes to that. We've been wanted to be white women a long time, so I don't really feel that we have an argument to make when it comes to that. When secretly a lot of us would prefer to have soft hair and lighter skin. That's my answer to that. I don't go there with that. Ben, because black women are full of shit. So take that. Uh, there's nothing wrong with dating a fat person. Be honest. Of course not. Of course not. The only thing that's wrong is if you date her and in the midst of that you're trying to make her feel bad about herself. Like you want her, but you want her to feel diminished in sort of a way. That's when the problems start. Because I feel a lot of people take advantage of people in that regard. I mean, you like what you like. It's like you come like the ones that have sex with trannies and kill them after. Like, nigga, you like what you like. You gonna screw me and then kill me after? You wanted to suck my dick and then kill me after? It's kind of along the lines of that. I don't get that. I don't get that. Why make fun of something you like? Just admit what you like. Just admit what you like. What we doing out here? We murdering people that give us a good time. Dude, like what you like. Don't front. Don't front. Wait a minute. I'm a phone sex operator. I'll never look at men the same again. They have secret lives. Poor wives and girlfriends don't know. Scorpio, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking. And your point, the point that you make. Now you're a phone sex operator. I had wanted to do that one time. I heard it was like a lot of money in that. I had thought about doing that, but I'd be that chick that be laughing. I wouldn't be able to get through it. I would be cracking up. So I don't think it would work for me. But I have thought about it. But I talk to a lot of people in the industry, in the sex industry, sex workers, dominatrix, people who have done porn, women for hire and stuff like that, and they all say the same thing. These when you're on that side of things, you see the pretentiousness of men. You see how you see the act. It's like you're behind the veil. Most women who are sex workers, who are prostitutes, are behind the veil. They see what men really. They see what they're capable of. They see what their appetites are. They see through all the fronting and all the, I'm this and I'm that, and the so-called status and respectable, moral and all that kind of stuff. They see through all that shit. And it's a whole nother reality. This is why I say what men say they want and what they really want, shoot. What they really want will get you a ticket out of heaven. God would be like, no, you got to go back down there. You let him do what? You let him talk you into what? No, I can't let you in. I can't let you in the pearly gates. I can't let you in. It's a wrap. Some people have different opinions, and maybe people think that about girls. Oh, Lord. Do we got a tit for tat here? Do we have a tit for tat going on here? Do we? Do we? You guys are good for that. Women do. Women do what to? Women do what to? Whatever. Whatever. Men are thirsty as hell. Women can get so much out of men if they only knew who these men really are. Tell us. Give us the keys, girl. Drop the tea. Let us know. Let these girls know. See, you're behind the veil. You provide a service for men who front for their wives. And I'm sure most of the men that call up for your services either have wives or girlfriends. I bet you hardly any of them are single. I bet you hardly any of them are single. And this is what it is. This is what it is. And you ladies actually let men try to berate you on morality, try to verse you about morality. Are you kidding me? Thank you for the donation. No man should be able to do that. When these guys talk about morality, you got to sit back and go, now, what we doing? What we really doing? Like, really? You want to verse me on what's moral? You? Okay. Okay. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Men have so many dark secrets, especially when it comes to sex. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, especially the ones who do the most complaining, have the most stipulations, the ones who are hardest to please. You got to watch for those. You got to watch. Those are telltale signs. You have to watch for them. Ones who are difficult are the ones that they live in double lives. That's why they're difficult. That's why they're hard to please, because they getting sucked and uh all kinds of ways, every which way but Sunday. So there's nothing you really could do that he hasn't tried with somebody else. So he is hard to please. He is hard to please. You are very late, Moonlight, because I'm getting ready to jump off this live and go to Whole Foods and get me a snack. I got to get me a samosa or something. They're married men and they hate their wives and are bored. Wow. Interesting. Well, this is why I've said that in life, you're going to go through those phases in your life where, you go from virgin uh, to, what is it, a whore, wife, then a crone. The crone is when you're older and nobody wants you, but you have a lot of wisdom. The whore is like you're just free spirited. You're doing what you had, no nothing tied. Then you go from that. You become a mother, right? And you're taking care of another life. You know what it's like to sacrifice and be selfless and all that kind of stuff. So you experience all of these things, you know, and usually in marriages, the wife will start off, she's wanted, she's attractive because she still has that whore archetype on her until she has a baby. So you see that now how Beyonce's transition. I use her as an example. She was quote unquote the whore archetype, meaning a sex object, and married Jay-Z. When she started having babies, the whole sex object thing was traded in for wife. You guys saw the campaigns yourself. She went from Beyonce to Mrs. Carter because it's another phase. And then after the first child, it was like, okay, Beyonce got the snapback and everything. And after she had the second set, she's not, but she's not the sex object anymore. And this is just what it is. A lot of wives will go through that. It's unfortunate, especially after the babies come. It's just he wants something else. He just wants something else. Women marry men. If women marry for money. So when you're divorced, that's true. Y'all, my battery is about to go and I'm buffering really bad now. So I guess I'm going to come to an end to this live. Selkis is glowing. You look like you got a new boo. Okay. No, no, I just gotta keep it tight, girl. I just gotta keep it for me. I glow for me, but thank you. I appreciate it. Um, I want to touch on what Scorpia is talking about, but I'll have to do that for the next live. You know, marrying for money as opposed to love. We're gonna have a discussion about that on the next live and come to some real honest, heartfelt conclusions about what in that regard. Should we marry for money or love? Can we have both? You know, we're gonna have a discussion on the pros and cons of all of that. See what we can conclude, you know. But like I said, women, this is why I tell you ladies to befriend all women, especially women who are sluts, women who are in the selling of sex, because they have the bridge, they have the keys to things that you're just not privy to, that your eyes are just, you're not involved with, you're not surrounded by, and they have the missing components for you. You should befriend all kinds of women. I've told y'all that for years now. Healers, hoes, and housewives. I used to have a private group called Healers, Hoes, and Housewives, and that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be all those things if you live long enough, and if you're in a relationship long enough, you're gonna be all of that. So we're all the same. You know, we're all the same. We think the delusion is, and the gag is, some of us actually think we're better than others. And when you peel back the layers, you're kind of working with the same thing. That's what it is. I go, y'all. My phone is about to cut off. All kinds of stuff going on here. So I thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for jumping on the live. For everybody donating, please subscribe if you haven't. Go to all the links. Get the free ebook, 12 Steps to Becoming a Dynamically Magnetic Woman, or Magnetically Dynamic Woman, or whatever it is. It's a free ebook to get you get the foundation laid for you getting fabulous, for you getting comfortable in your own. You know, I got points and tools and keys and wisdom to share, and I'm just offering that for free. Subscribe to the site. theuglygirlsclub.com is live. Send your stories, send your pictures and your stories. If you like this, listen. This is me. I'm claiming it, and you want to share it. Let's put it out there. Put yourself out there. My art site, iloveherart.com. I am an artist too. I'm a virtuoso. I'm a Renaissance woman. I do all kinds of stuff. Things you know and things you don't. All right, so I'm out of here. Peace and love. Bye.